Alright, what's up everyone? I'm here to bring you a video update on Cardano. I see a few very interesting things happening in the technicals. So in this video, I'm going to run through some technical analysis, talk about what I see happening short term and long term. So guys, make sure you stay tuned to this channel, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Let's delve into this. Guys, a few very interesting things I'm noting. We are right up against significant resistance from back in 2018. Kind of the 40-cent region is very significant resistance for Cardano. We're finding resistance currently as well, guys. We're forming a very macro rounded bottom, and what very interestingly could be interpreted as a potential cup and handle, very potentially. We can see here when we ran up, had that rejection off the highs of 2018 and went back down. This could potentially be our handle if we break out bullishly. So really the critical thing we need to keep our eye out for is the 40-cent region. If we can tackle 40 cents and start to close above it, that could be a validation of the macro cup and handle if we can start to close above the 40 cents. So as soon as you guys see Cardano above 40 cents, closing above 40 cents, not just wicking above 40, I think Cardano has a very good chance of absolutely exploding in the short to mid-term. Now, if we take kind of the bottom of the cup to, let's say, the top of the cup here, and assume this is the breakout point, let's be conservative here. That's the breakout point. Could we see 75 cents? Sooner rather than later? I think that is definitely possible if we break out bullishly. Now let's take more of a conservative case scenario here. If we take the height of this, we assume we're in an ascending triangle here, and we take a breakout point. If we break out bullishly, could we see 55 cents? I think that's more realistic in terms of a bullish breakout. I'm sure we could see 75 cents, but I like that could be very choppy action. It might not be an easy ride to 75 cents if we break out bullishly. Now, a few interesting things to note. I do believe we're forming a few ascending triangles here, kind of based off this peak, this bottom. This bottom and this bottom here. If we take those two bottoms and extend a line, that was our first kind of ascending triangle here. We seem to be breaking down bearishly as well. We're currently in a pitchfork. If we take the bottom of the most recent movement to the top, and then the retracement, so the top to the bottom of the retracement, and this is our pitchfork. Now we seem to be breaking out bearishly from it, which makes sense, guys. The larger time frames do seem scary. We had a bullish crossover on the bearish crossover on the MACD on the daily. That is very bad news, bears. That is very no bueno. RSI making lower lows. Stochastic on the way down. Momentum waves going down. Is this doom and gloom? We're breaking down from this ascending triangle. Is this the end? Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Let's start to take a look at the 12-hour here. And based off the 12-hour, we could be ready to have a leg up. We'll see here. MACD starting to tick up. Stochastic, bullish crossover moving up. Momentum waves, money flow on the way up. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Another thing I'm noticing too is we could just be forming more of a macro ascending triangle. I've noticed Ethereum loved to do this before it broke out, which we were kind of in an ascending triangle, broke out bearishly, was a fake out, pumped. Ascending triangle, broke out bearishly, was a fake out, we pumped. So Cardano could possibly be doing something similar here. So I do think kind of this more macro ascending triangle is valid here. Let's kind of talk about some regions where we could find support if we do break down. I think 32 cents to 30 cents would make sense. This is where I would be looking to accumulate Cardano personally. I've been saying this ever since we were in these regions here. You can look back at our previous videos and look, this is exactly where price reacted to and exactly where we found support, from 32 cents to 30 cents. So I think we're very likely to test that again as well. Let's take a look here at the 4-hour. I'm trying to find what EMA we found support on. So yeah, it seems last time we fell down, we found support on the 100 days, on the 100 EMA on the 6-hour as well this time, which kind of hugs the lines of this ascending triangle here too. So the 100 EMA on the 6-hour will be critical support that we need to keep our eye out for if we are to maintain bullish here. So ultimately, we're going to take a look more here at our indicators, but I do think we're perhaps just likely to trend sideways within this thing for the next 20 days, maybe most likely for the next 2 weeks or so here until we see a breakout, although we could definitely break down further. So the 12-hour, we're starting to see some signs of some hope here. Let's take a look at the 6. Ooh, is that a bearish crossover on the? Yes, it is. Bears crossover in the stochastic. That is very bad news, Bears. Very no bueno. We are currently closing below our pitchfork here, so I think at this point, it is perhaps likely we fall back down to 32, 30-cent region, perhaps retest the 600, or sorry, the 6-hour 100 EMA. I'm talking about a lot of numbers here, guys. I get mixed up sometimes. You got to forgive me. So let's take a look at the 4-hour though. Ooh, okay. Look, price is. See, this is the thing, folks. Price is really battling. Like, right when we're breaking down from a pattern, our indicators are kind of sometimes all over the place here. Because if we see the 4-hour, so the 6-hour had a bearish crossover in the stochastic, but the 4-hour had a bullish crossover. And the smaller time frames, I believe, are more valid because the smaller time frames carry over to the larger time frames. So a few interesting things to note here. MACD seems to be in an uptrend, but the histogram's ticking down, not looking good. Stochastic in the overbought region, RSI in a downtrend. The only thing looking good is kind of the momentum waves. So let's take a look at the 2-hour here. I want to understand direction more clearly in the short term here. Yeah, bullish crossover. Guys, I think it looks bearish. Yeah, I think short, yeah, looks bearish. I do think we're breaking down from this pitchfork as well. I think it's a matter of time before we retest the 100 EMA here on the 6-hour and this 32 to 30-cent region. So we'll have to see if this ascending triangle is indeed valid. If it is, like I've said, I think my short-term targets are kind of 55 cents conservatively, 75 cents more optimistically, short to mid-term. Now, long-term, Cardano, guys, I think it has a good chance of perhaps even staying in the top 10, top 20 coin for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if at the peak of this bull run, Cardano reaches the low dollars, $1, $2, $3. The low dollars, I think, makes sense. It's reasonable in my opinion. Guys, no one knows for sure when this bull market is going to peak out and where these coins are going to go. Nobody knows for sure. They're kind of fun guesstimates. That's just how we have to take it. I mean, we can extrapolate based on like the market cycles and where we're at on this cycle and how much the market moved based on the timing in the cycle right now. And that's not. I hope that makes sense. Basically, guys, we're in the beginning stages of a new bull run. To make, hopefully I can make things make more sense here. We're in the beginning stages of a new bull run. Looking at prior cycles, we can see, okay, if we're in the beginning stages, how much more movement do we have? So maybe the altcoins have roughly about a 20x. The top altcoins have maybe about a 20x within them. I think that's reasonable. They could do more, in my opinion, but I think roughly a 20x for a lot of the top altcoins is a conservative, reasonable assumption, in my humble opinion here, folks. So, guys, shorter time frames, we're looking bearish. I think we're retesting these regions. If we break down, I think we find support between 26 cents and 23 cents here, just because of our golden pocket. We can also see, this was a pretty price reactive level. We wicked down here, so this region I do believe is valid. I think worst case scenario for Cardano, we move down to 18 cents to 15 cents, although I do think that's less likely, guys. This market is crazy bullish. We need to keep our eyes out for Bitcoin and Ethereum. They lead the market. Bitcoin leads the market. Ethereum leads the altcoins. So we need to keep our eye out for what they're doing as well. Bitcoin dominance, guys. Bitcoin dominance, whenever it falls, positively affects the altcoins. Whenever it rises, that negatively affects the altcoins, typically. So, interestingly, Bitcoin dominance on the daily seems to be breaking support on the 200 EMA, so we'll have to see how this closes. But if we can see continuation, if we close below the 200 EMA here on the daily, wow, guys, I really think we're likely to see it. That is a big deal. That's the 200 EMA on a large time frame. That's a big deal. So I think we're likely to see continued downtrending, which would be a factor that helps out the altcoins as well, guys. The dollar index has fallen below support. Previous support is now acting as resistance. We have to see how this daily candle closes on the DXY, the dollar index. Whenever it falls, other currencies benefit. Whenever it rises, other currencies suffer. So these are some of the things we need to keep our eye out for. To summarize, I think we're kind of just within this ascending triangle, likely to see a larger move within the next 14 weeks here. If we break out bullishly, I think 55 cents conservatively, 75 cents optimistically in the short to mid term. If we break down bearishly, I think kind of 32 to 30 cents is the most realistic scenario. 26 to 27 cents to 23 cents is kind of if we cannot hold these regions, I do think we're going to test these regions here, and this is kind of the worst case, least likely scenario in my opinion. So guys, if anything interesting happens with Cardano here, we'll definitely be talking about it in our Discord group. Link to join that will be down in the description below. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Save me from becoming a YouTuber. God, guys, I can't believe I'm finding myself speaking like a YouTuber nowadays. But I got to. It's part of the job. All right, y'all. Take care.